The storm had barely passed when 8-year-old Evan Miller wandered into the woods behind his grandparents' farm, still wearing his rain boots, still humming the tune his mom used to sing before she passed. He wasn't looking for trouble. He just wanted quiet. But instead, he found something that froze him in place. A massive man, tattoos, leather vest, bruised face, chained to an old oak tree as if he'd been left there all night. His cuts were fresh. His breathing was shallow. His biker patch read, "Hell's Angels." Most kids would have run. Most adults would have run. But Evan stepped closer. Before the story continues, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Book Stories, where every story reminds us that kindness still matters. The man's eyes opened, startling Evan. "Kid, stay back," he rasped. "I don't want you getting hurt." Evan shook his head. "You look hurt. I can help." Those simple words cracked something inside the giant that fists, chains, and years of rough living never had. He explained, haltingly, that his name was Ryder, and he'd been ambushed by a rival group. They left him chained, assuming no one would find him before the cold did. But a little boy did. Without hesitation, Evan sprinted back home, grabbed his grandfather's old toolbox, and returned, hands shaking but determined. Bolt by bolt, he worked to free Ryder. "You're brave, kid," Ryder whispered. "No," Evan said. "Just doing what my mom taught me. People help people." Those words hit Ryder harder than any punch he'd taken. When Ryder finally stood, weak but free, he asked Evan for just one thing. "Call this number. Tell them Ryder owes them a debt, and that a kid saved his hide." Evan dialed. He expected maybe a friend, maybe a doctor. He did not expect the thunder. Within an hour, hundreds of motorcycles rolled down the rural road, chrome glinting, engines roaring, jackets flashing the same winged skull Ryder wore. It wasn't just a rescue. It was a gathering. 2,000 Hells Angels riders filled the field outside Evan's grandparents' house, many of them hardened, silent, unshakable men and women, now staring in awe at an 8-year-old boy with a broken toolbox and muddy rain boots. Ryder lifted Evan onto his shoulders. "This kid," he shouted over the engines, "showed more courage and heart than most grown men I know." He didn't see a criminal. He didn't see a biker. He saw a human being. And one by one, 2,000 riders raised their fists in salute. Evan had shocked them all. Ryder knelt before Evan. "You gave me my life back," he said, voice cracking. "If you ever need anything, you call the angels. You hear me?" Evan nodded, but what he said next made every rider fall silent. "My mom used to say, kindness is like fire. Even when it's small, it spreads." Some riders wiped their eyes. Some turned away, pretending the wind was bothering them. But all of them felt it. A little boy had reminded them of something the world often forgets. Even the toughest hearts can be softened by compassion. In the weeks that followed, the angels repaired the Miller family's old barn, restored their land, and checked in regularly to make sure Evan had everything he needed. Not because they owed him, but because kindness had rewritten their understanding of strength. And as Ryder often told the young recruits, never underestimate a small act of courage. Sometimes it takes the littlest person to show the biggest hearts how to beat again. Kindness doesn't need size. Compassion doesn't need permission. And sometimes, the smallest hands create the greatest change.